What does a consent decree mean? Well, that's an agreement between the DOJ and the department, which would involve federal oversight of the department and reforms. The consent decree is a broad, extensive blueprint for positive change, and it encompasses sweeping department-wide reforms that may take years to fully accomplish. If the DOJ believes a consent decree is warranted, they will then negotiate terms with the city and LMPD, and we've learned today that is what they are going to be doing.
A federal judge must also approve the agreement, and then a federal monitor will be assigned to oversee the reform process and will actually be here in Louisville. Consent decrees have been used in cities like New Orleans, Baltimore, and Ferguson, Missouri. So today we've been talking to police leaders in a city that went through this process in 2012 and is still working towards full compliance.
The Deputy Superintendent of Police in New Orleans told us this has been a lot of work, but he feels like it is night and day change toward fairer policing. Reporter Travis Breeze was the one having these conversations today. And Travis, what are we in for here in Louisville?
Shay, if it's anything like the timeline they've had in New Orleans, it's certainly going to be a big haul here. That official that I talked to in New Orleans told me the first step was for them to go through every single police policy that fell under the umbrella of the consent decree. Then they went over the training procedures and then going over the supervisor's role in all of this. But he told me he feels it has made them way better at their jobs.
And that change was frankly necessary. You know, we are not the department that we used to be. And we will never go back to the department that we used to be. And I don't think, frankly, anybody here wants to.
Harsh words from Nicholas Gernon, the Deputy Superintendent of Police in New Orleans. He says it has been a tough process to work towards fairer policing, and the department has met with officers who have not bought in and set the record straight.
If somebody didn't support the policies and the training and the supervision that they had received, then they would be disciplined up to and including termination.
Gernon says after 10 years, he feels they are close to completing everything in their agreement. After that, they will be monitored for another 2 years before the investigation is fully over. He says while it is a big haul, the results are worth it and the community deserves it.
It will also be a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it becomes a cultural change, right? You will change the culture of the organization so that it's not based upon the whims of whoever the superintendent or the mayor or the political leadership is. It is actually going to be ingrained in that culture.
I asked Gernon if the department reopened any investigations that might have been closed regarding officer discipline prior to the consent decree. He said that they were more so concerned with changing their policies in kind of a forward-facing way to make sure that those things don't happen again in the future. In the studio, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.